Hey everybody, it's Herschel Furl for High School Top 200. This is a head-to-head battle brought to you by Fine Line Barbers in Hamilton. Hit up Vinny, he'll hook you up. Sit down, say HS Top 200 or High School Top 200 and get a discount on your haircut. It's in Alexander Street here in Hamilton, so if you're visiting, go to Alexander Street, get a haircut from Vinny, look fresh. This battle is probably the one that everyone's kind of waiting for because Caleb Clarke is the guy, is the superstar that you want to watch. Caleb Clarke is that guy that you want to see and that you want to just witness what he can do. And people forget Caleb's only is a young year 13. He could actually come back again next year. I don't know if he will, but you know the age limit is still open for him to come back. So he's a young year 13. He's going up against Josh Mason, who is also a very aggressive, punch you in the mouth kind of center, and he's just not scared. And so it's going to be interesting because Josh is not going to back down, but also at the same time, I want to see how he reacts to Caleb's power and speed and just how aggressive he is. I mean, if Caleb came back next year, he'd be my number one player for sure, like 100%. And so, like, that's the kind of guy that Josh has to deal with, is a guy that has already made New Zealand secondary schools, and if he was in the right year that he should be, he would have been year 11. And he's going to make it sort of as a year 12, and then be 3 years in New Zealand secondary schools, which is pretty much unheard of. Not a lot of guys have done that. So Caleb is a new kind of athlete. He's a new kind of superstar that's coming up, and a guy that we should definitely keep an eye on as he goes through his professional career. But as of now, Josh has to be the one that has to lock him down as much as he can. Maybe he has to use more of field position, recognize his opportunities, recognize how situations fall within his favor, and then go towards that instead of trying to feed off what Caleb is giving him. Maybe just try and lead Caleb by more about body position in terms of how he stands or what direction his body is facing, just to give a bit of false tell to Caleb on how he's going to defend him, things like that, or even how he's going to run to him. The physical matchup, Josh is not going to win. Josh is a strong guy, and he's really aggressive and big and big as well, and is pretty explosive. But he's not going to win that battle. So you do have to. He does have to rely on other things, and maybe more of his knowledge of the game, and then try and manipulate those situations to benefit him in those favors. Maybe try and trick Caleb trick him and sort of force him into situations that he knows that he's stronger in, because it's going to be a long game for him if he doesn't find his strengths over what Caleb has. And if it's going to be the knowledge of rugby and what he can do, then and sort of play Caleb to Josh's strengths, then that's how he's going to win these. Caleb is going to be the one on top, and obviously he's the fifth ranked player in the country, and so he does have that upper hand by a long while, but it doesn't mean that Josh can't get you get the better of him 1 out of 4 times or something like that. Like, he just has to pick those off. So it's going to be interesting to see what he does and how he controls us. I would look for Caleb. Check out Caleb, what he can do. Look at Josh and what he's got, what he's going to be working on, because he's going to be back next year and he's going to be a really high prospect next year. So look out for Caleb Clarke from Mags, Josh Mason from Southland Boys, and check it out. See what you think about the head-to-head matchup.